show you what we've got, which is going to help you as you move forward into year 10. So what we've got is this knowledge organizer. Okay, so if we look at section D, this talks about stakeholders. That gives us an example of different stakeholder groups and their typical objectives. So what are their interests, why they're involved, how they're involved. What I'd like you to do with this section is actually think about it, okay, and choose a company, maybe a large company, and then what I want you to do is explain to me how all of these people would be interested. So, for example, if I was to look at a local charity shop, okay, I'd want you to explain who it employs, so it'd be volunteers, okay, who are the owner shareholders, I'd leave you to look at that, how it would help the local community, what it would offer, what it would do for them, okay, and I'd also like you to think about what it would do for customers and what it would do for the government, okay. That's just my example of a charity shop. You can choose whatever business you'd like. It might be a cafe, might be a bakery, okay. Then if we move on to the next section, if we go across to E, business location, this explains to us why it's important, okay, about location. So why would you choose where your business is going to be located? What do you need to think about? Why is it important? Here, what I want you to do is make a little mind map. The same business location. I'd like you to explain why each of these is important. So for example, if I chose competitors to look at, on my mind map, I'd explain competitors are important to look into because I would want to work out if my business could be successful or not. So, for example, if I was thinking of starting a coffee shop in Sutton Town Centre, I'd have to look at the other coffee shops and work out if there's too much competition. So, you've got Costa, Coffee Number One, Nero, Under Pressure. So, there's 4 coffee shops. On top of that, you've got all the pubs and restaurants that serve coffee. So, in Sutton, there's probably, when you add it up, 8 or 9 competitors. So, I'd have to look at my business and see if my coffee shop would be able to survive or not. Okay, so I'd like you to look at each one of those and explain why they're important. Okay, then moving on, expanding the business, internal growth and external growth. This gives you some examples of what internal means and what external means. Okay, so what I want you to do is just look at that, have a good understanding, okay, be able to explain in your own words what internal growth is and what external growth is and what the difference is. Okay, moving on, section F. Now, this is important, business planning. Okay, business planning is one of the biggest things that we look at. So, what I want you to be able to do is explain to me what aims and objectives are and why they're important, which we've already done. So, that's a little bit of a recap. Then, what I'd like you to do is have a go at actually putting your own business plan together. So, we've looked at the location of a business you might like to start up, but now we're going to make a little business plan. So, you're going to list the aims and objectives. Then, you're going to look at background information, why you want to start the business up. Okay, you're going to look at the market. So do you think you found a gap in the market? You can explain your objectives, and then you're going to explain your typical selling prices and how many you're expecting to sell. Okay, that's what I'd like you to do. Have a go at putting that together. So sort of one side of A4, put together the ideas, explain them, try and cover those points. Moving on from that, what we start to look at is our profit equals revenue minus total costs. So that just gives us an idea of something we need to look at within the final financial section. Okay, and then if we move down, what we've got in the far right hand corner is impact of expansions. Okay, why is it important to expand? Okay, it talks about economies of scale, diseconomies of scale. So you really need to know the difference between economies of scale and diseconomies of scales. So I'd probably make a little diagram that explains what would happen with economies of scale and diseconomies of scale. So you've got a little picture you can think about and refer back to if this question gets asked in the exam. Okay, so what I want to do, leave that with you. Okay, hope to see you all soon. Thank you.